Hi guys. So you've probably seen this before, you probably haven't, and I'm not saying this is genuine or true, but it is quite alarming nevertheless whether it's true or not, and I think people do need to be aware of it and just be aware of it because chances are it's probably just some random website that some trolls created or someone that's just got a bit of time on their hands. Who created it, we don't know. So this was created, from what I'm guessing, 2017, and it's forecast for 2025 when it's a list of countries of the GDP, population and everything. So if we just look at the first two powers, we've got China here. So I'm guessing this is a population as of 2017. We're in 2020 now. But in 2017, the population was 1,380,000,000. The GDP is about 23 million, real GDP, and then GDP 12 trillion, 23 trillion, 12 trillion. So we look at the 25 forecast. It's actually gone. Hold on, it stayed the same. It's gone down a little bit, I think. 1,358,000,000, whereas before it was 1,380,000,000. So it's gone down a little bit, but not much at all. Let's look at India. 1 billion population 2017, 1,280,000,000. The forecast for that is it's gone up 1,342,000,000. So that's gone up in population in the next 5 years. Okay. Now let's have a look at the United States of America. So in 2017, the population was 327 million. It's probably a little bit more now in 2020. The GDP, 19 trillion. Power purchase parity, $55,000, $59,000. Well, that's not worried. More worried about population at the moment. So 327 million. It's probably not now. In the next 5 years, which is 2025, 100 million people. So it's gone down by a third. More than 2/3 have died out or disappeared in 2025. So 2017, 327 million. 2025, 100 million population. So where have those 227 million odd people, or 227 million odd people gone? If it's gone down to 100 million people. So that's 2/3 of the population disappeared in the United States. Let's have a look at another country. Let's have a look at Japan. The population 2017, 126 million people live in Japan. In 2025, 103 million people. So that's about 20 million people that's going to disappear in the next 5 years in Japan. Let's have a look at another one. Ooh. Let's have a look at Italy. Population of Italy, 62 million as of 2017. Probably about the same in 2020. In 2025, it's going to drop to 44 million people in the next 5 years. So that's just short of 20 million people that are going to disappear in the next 5 years. Okay. Let's continue. You wait till you see the UK, an island. France, population 67 million, $2.9 trillion in GDP. So there's $2.9 trillion in the country, and there's 67 million people in the UK as of 2017. By 2025, which is the next 5 years from now, 39 million people. So that means short of about 30 million people are going to disappear from France in the next 5 years. And the GDP has gone down as well. Look, 718 billion, and it was 2.6 trillion. So it's almost it's under a quarter of what it was before. So it's 3/4 poorer than it was before. Let's have a look at another country. Let's have a look at the Netherlands. That'll be interesting. Population 17 million in 2017. Today's 2020, so in the next 5 years, it's still the same. Okay. Let's go down. Let's have a look at Germany. And this is an interesting one. Population of Germany in 2017 was 81 million. It's about the same, maybe slightly more in 2020. So in the next 5 years, it's predicted 28 million. That is a massive drop. That is about a quarter, just short of a quarter of the population of what it was back in 2017. So that means about 2/3 of Germany's population are going to disappear in the next 5 years, according to this website, Degel. And this is, I don't know what this website's from, but I don't know. There's something about it, about what it is. So I'll have to read it after. Right, let's continue down. So have a look at Australia. Population 23 million in 2017, 2020. It's maybe about 25 million, I think, now. Let's have a look where it's going to be in the next 5 years' time. 15 million. So that means about 15 million people. If it's 25 million now, it means 15 million people are going to disappear from Australia in the next 5 years, according to this website. GDPs of 280 billion in the next 5 years. And today, it's 1.4 trillion. So it's almost, what about, bloody hell, it's what it is today. It's going to be a lot poorer, I'll tell you. So it's $280 billion dollars in the country in 2025, whereas it's 1.4 trillion, 1.2 trillion. Right, let's continue down. Oh, I found it. Hold on. Looking for the United Kingdom. No, my country. United Kingdom. Here we go. This is the big one, guys. If you're from the UK. This one actually shocked me. So in 2017, it's 66 million. In 2020, it's also 66 million. It's that 66, look. And that's interesting, 66 during the pandemic. 66 million. $2.9 trillion in the UK. In the next 5 years, in 2025, it's going to drop to 15 million, according to this. That's dropped by about 3/4 of the population are going to disappear. About 65-70% of the population are going to disappear in the next 5 years, according to this. So 66 million people live in the country at the moment. In the next 5 years, it drops to 15 million. So look at the real GDP, 2.9 trillion 2017. 2025, it's going to drop to 132 billion. That's a massive drop. It's probably the biggest drop yet of all the Western countries. So in the next 5 years, 3/4 of the population are going to disappear for whatever reason. Right, let's have a look at one more. Trying to find Ireland. Tell you what, Ireland's not nowhere to be seen. Don't know if I've missed it. That'll be on the next website, I think. Where is it? Go slower. You guys have probably seen it already. Here we go, Ireland. So Ireland 2017 was 5 million. It's probably around about that today in 2020. 364 billion in GDP. And in 2025, it's going to drop to 1.3 million. So again, in the next 5 years, it's going to drop by 4/5 of the population are going to disappear. You're only going to have 1/5 of the population of Ireland left, according to this website. And it's going to drop to 16 billion. So it's going to drop from $364 billion in the country to $16 billion. That is a huge drop. In terms of population wise, if you look at it as a whole, that's probably the biggest drop out of all of them. Now, I don't know why and who created this website. If someone can tell me whether it was a troll or whether it was just someone with too much time on their hands, I don't know. We go back. Why this is here, and why haven't China and India's population dropped? And why does it seem to be the Western countries that are suffering? According to this website, is it just fear porn? Is it just someone with too much time on their hands, like I said, to create something for